All right, so today is the day that I am actually going to start working on this room here, which is going to be my office. I'm gonna link my office, Decorate With Me, down below from the last house. So it looks like this. We still have boxes and just random things going on. Nothing's on the wall, nothing, no curtains, nothing, because I moved into a new house and I just, I knew that I wasn't going to decorate it like I had in the last house because I had to make some changes, some furniture additions here, like this fireplace, which I'm going to talk about later. Yeah, so I finally have come up with how I want this entire room to look, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing that I actually want to do is I'm going to remove these chairs. I don't know if I'm going to bring back any like seating. It might just be like my desk and my chair, but no chairs for anyone else. But we'll see. But for now, I do know that these chairs specifically are not gonna fit in the space anymore, so I'm gonna move them to my bedroom. But for this video, you're just gonna see them coming out of here. Now that I have the chairs out of here, I'm trying to decide what I want to work on next. So what you're looking at is essentially a track system for the curtains that are going to go on this wall. However, I have not received the curtains yet, so I want to see if I even like the curtains before I do this effect, because it's completely different from like a traditional curtain method. It's a track that's going to get installed up on the edge on the ceiling, and the curtains are going to drape from ceiling to floor. So yeah, gonna wait to get the curtains. So I'm gonna move on to the next thing. I do have the rug, so it's back here behind the door, and I could install the rug, but I think it would probably be best, so that I'm not moving so much furniture around, for me to put the rug down when I get my desk. Here's the first bookshelf. It was actually very easy to put together. I just made my first mistake. You can see the label there. I should have flipped it the other way. However, the back part is nailed in, so I would have to, it would just be too hard. So I'm just gonna rectify that by like covering that with books and stuff. So you probably won't even be able to see it. But yeah, so I got the first one down. I'm gonna do the second one, and again, I'm waiting for the third one. And I have the second shelf up. Now what mistake I made on this one is, you can see like this like little spine right here. I have it on the wrong side on this one. It should be on the finished side. I actually made the same mistake on this one too. I realized it after. So this one I actually like turned around, but it just didn't feel like worth the hassle. Maybe tomorrow, and maybe I'll have stuff that's gonna cover it anyway, so you won't really see it, because I do plan on having these like filled with books. So it's not gonna be like a decorative shelf, it's like gonna be full of books. So I'm wondering if it's, you know, again, worth the headache to just turn it around. I don't have the mental capacity for that. Okay. right, let's go ahead and take a final tour. I wanted to step back here because what you didn't see in the video was that I also decorated this little outside area and I added Micah's senior photos. Some of these were in my office, some of them were in the entryway in the last house. So I definitely wanted to find a space for them. They're my favorite. And here's my office. It's quite different from obviously where I started from. And I actually love this space. I even prefer it more this office than the last office in my last home. This just makes me feel so cozy. And my office is the room that I probably spend the most time in. So it was really important for me to create a space that was very inviting. So you can really kind of pick up on the color palette here: whites, neutrals, creams, soft brown, hints of gold, and green. So that's really what I wanted to stick to. There are some books that have like blue bindings and red bindings, just to kind of give some more color. But for those of you who've been watching all my Dollar Tree hauls where I've been hauling books, this is why. This is what I wanted to do with them. I knew I wanted them from a decorative perspective. And you can see from the entryway, you can really only see 2 of the bookshelves, but there are a total of 4 that I've put together. I do have an Amazon storefront, so go check out my office list, which I will link down below, and you will find the majority of what you see on there. Gonna start with this back wall here. I already had these on hand. I actually had them in the last office. I just kind of threw them up because I had them, but my future plan for this wall space is actually something for more functional use, this being an office. I want to add my dry erase board and a bulletin board. That way I can just kind of write my daily tasks and even like have a station where I can really track videos and new video ideas for myself, and where I can kind of visually see it. Whereas right now I operate a lot on notebooks, so I think having something more so on the wall for me to walk by every day will help tremendously. As you can see, this room, so it's actually a bedroom, so has a closet. The carpet, while it's white and it's very risky, some of it's getting a little bit dirty from Loki, but I do try not to walk on it with any shoes or things like that. So I try to be careful, but there it is. I wanted to make sure a couple things matched: my bookshelf, my rug, my lamps, and my curtains. I wanted them to all be white. I also knew this piece right here was white, so I wanted the biggest base of my color palette to be white, because I felt like if I did a bunch of different colors of things, I think it would have been too busy for me, especially knowing that I was going to display books, which already on its own is a lot going on, and I knew this back wall was going to be busy as well. So I wanted to make sure that when I was dealing with certain things, I was specifically picking out items with a specific color in mind. I wanted to turn off the lamps so that you could see that the shades are white. So yeah, so there is the white. Now these are actually looking a little bit darker on camera, but it's actually even a little lighter than this. Maybe it's coming off a little yellow on camera, but it is a beautiful white, creamy color. It's not a bright white, it's a nice white cream. And I was actually looking for bright white because I wanted it to be this exact color, that exact color, that color, that color. In the end, I'm actually really glad that it came in this cream color because I think it actually added a cozier element somehow. I don't know how, but it feels that way. The chairs are also from Amazon and they are so cozy. This view from my desk, I am so glad I finally got rid of my other computer, different monitor. It was black, it was chunky. I just moved it into my craft room and I use it there. So from this perspective, it just looks a lot nicer to have one monitor, especially if 2 don't match. It just has a cleaner look. And I actually contemplated doing a different lamp. I got it in from Amazon, it was gorgeous, but I didn't like it and I only ordered one. In the end, I think these lamps work. I had them on hand. They used to be in my bedroom at the last house, so I'm really glad that I got to repurpose them here. And I think the glass base is really nice because it doesn't really add any more like attention to it, because where I really want my attention is more so the back wall. And then you can see some greenery there. And then I did get some new items for my desk, which I really like. I got this white leather pad here, Amazon, and it also acts as a mouse pad. So I like that because I got to get rid of my mouse pad. And then I even bought a white calculator. I actually use a calculator a lot. And then I also think you saw me switch out my laptop cover. I just really wanted it to be this very aesthetic moment for you guys. And I like to switch out my laptop covers. It was time to get a new one, although I do keep my other ones. So I do keep the black. I have a few others and I just kind of switch them out seasonally. I'll probably get like a Christmas one here, to be honest. But this white one is from Amazon. And then one of my favorite features, I've had it forever. You know who this is. Can't say her name or she'll wake up. I don't want to wake up yours in case you have one. But I love this thing in my office. I had it in my last one. I can set reminders on it. It kind of feels like an assistant in a way. And then I can also Bluetooth it and listen to music from my phone, or I can have her play music because I'm a Prime member, so I can listen to all the music that's available on Amazon. And especially if you have like a Spotify account, it'll also play off of that. So I love this thing. Picture of me and Micah on her prom night, and this is just the view. I also have like all of my journals, my little tasks, and then of course my cameras. And then this view, which yes, in a lot of ways, like me sitting down will block this, but what I do is I'll actually move this to the side. It might seem like a lot of work, or I can actually remove this glass piece, which is also new from Amazon. It'll lower the monitor and I'll be able to see directly there. I mean, I have no issues seeing the TV. Yeah, so the TV has always been a thing in my office. I love like having movies or YouTube on in the background. And here is what this piece looks like. Also from Amazon. And it was in the library in the last house. And of course I had to style all my books, all my things. I am gonna eventually mount this TV to the wall. I have the wall mount. And I was supposed to do it for this video, but I just kind of ran out of the desire, to be quite frank, to do it. So another time, and eventually, so basically this will get mounted way back here, and then I'll have this whole top, whether I want to add something or not. And then I am using that side to hold one of my printers, but eventually I'm sure I'll move the printer as well. I'll probably move it to the craft room. So, because as a matter of fact, that printer is connected to the other computer. So does it need to be here? Probably not, but it's here. And then some of my new artwork. I don't know if you guys remember this one. I also have another one of these with a fox on it. I haven't used the fox yet, but it's my horse room. So I thought I would use the horse one, which is also a mirror at the bottom. Hobby Lobby, Thrift Find, which I'm obsessed with. A little mini gallery wall, another picture of Micah, you know, only child, so yep, it's a shrine up in here. And one of the first things that ended up happening in the space was actually the curtains, which you guys saw, and the curtains changed the game so much, especially these. They are so beautiful. They're from IKEA, but I got them on Amazon because I don't have an IKEA here, and I really like these curtains. So they are fabulous. I double layered. So here's one panel, here's two. So they are 2 panels, but they come in a pack of 2. So 1 pack, a second pack. And then from this view, you get the back wall. I know there's probably a lot going on. It might not be everyone's cup of tea. I'll throw up a picture that inspired this whole look. Because I was really kind of going off of that. Could I possibly edit in the future? Yeah, I'm sure as time goes on, I'll move little bits and bats of things, but this was exactly what I was trying to achieve. And of course, I love amber glass. Has such a nice vintage look to it. Also has the same kind of coloring as the horses. So I think that's a nice touch. And you can also clearly see the difference between the books. Yeah, you can really see the books look different here than here. So these are going to be most of the Dollar Tree. Some of these are actually like books that I've bought, but like all these here are Dollar Tree. So they just have that fresh new look. These are thrifted. thrifted, but Dollar Tree. But these right here are my novels that I read. So I decided to kind of tuck them lower back corner because no one can really like see it when you first walk in. So, you know, only I know, I guess, and obviously you guys. But yeah, so this is supposed to also be my mini library. In the end, as I continue to collect more books, the more I'll have to move the Dollar Tree ones for the books that I'm actually reading. So I do want this to be like my own personal library. And yes, the books are turned the other way. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea as well, because you have to turn around to see what you have. I personally don't mind right now. Eventually, I'm sure I'll turn it. But the reason why I have it like this is because it's less busy. When you turn the spine over, there's the word, there's pictures, there's more color. So I really wanted it to have more of a neutral base. So that's why I flipped them this way. So there's that. And then, of course, my favorite, I've always wanted to have horses. I've always wanted to have a room that kind of felt like Ralph Lauren, even though this isn't Ralph Lauren at all, because with Ralph Lauren, I would need to have a lot of darker colors, some plaid, some navy. I even contemplated actually painting this wall navy, or this room, this entire room, ceiling and everything navy. And eventually I might. It might either be navy or it might be like an emerald green. I'm not sure. Not emerald, but like a dark foresty green. But because I just didn't know which way I wanted to go, I wanted to kind of see a finished concept, live in the space for a while, and then I'm going to decide whether I need wallpaper or paint in here. You know, so this is the first phase, and I absolutely love it. And the absolute best thing about this office are the views. It is immaculate. It has the best views, in my opinion, in the entire house, because it's just, I get a shot of the palm tree. I get this beautiful landscape. The sky is just stunning. Definitely improved views in this office compared to my last office. So the views win here hands down. But for me also, the room here wins hands down compared to the last house. And that's going to be it for today's Decorate With Me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you loved the reveal. I'm sorry it took so long. This was supposed to have been done in August, but it took time. It took time between the shelves and this desk. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. I'm not even gonna get into it. But we finally made it. So I hope it was worth the wait. I hope it gave you guys any inspiration to make over a space that you have, and I will see you next time.